Good morning. So today I decided that I was going to come on and chat to you about the book that I wrote. And this is mainly because I am reading it back through at the moment to hopefully record it in an audio version on Friday. So it's been really interesting to read back over. Firstly, because I can't quite believe that I wrote a book and actually published it, which is, it was easier than I thought it would be, but it did take me 2 years. So I started writing this in 2022. And back then I was in a lot, in a transition, I guess you could say. So since about the COVID year of taking Hayley out of school and stuff, loads has happened and loads has changed. And I wanted to write this back then just as kind of my memoirs, just remembrance of how far I'd come. And so the reason I decided to publish this book is because it's my testimony from basically when Hayley was born up until 2022, really, and even last year to a degree. And the interesting part about why, reading this through right now, is that I'm in this time, I call it seasons, I'm in this season where, but basically my body is healing. But in order for it to physically heal, beyond what it was like back when I first had Hayley, I'm having to kind of go backwards to go forwards. So I've ended up on crutches again. I'm having to take pain meds. I'm in quite a lot of physical pain, and my arms and legs aren't moving like they used to and like they should do, really. I'm having to have a lot more support at home from my mum, bless her, and Andrew, and even my dad. And so although I've come so far, the differences between this person I was 11 years ago and now is huge, actually huge. So back 11 years ago, when my body first did this, when I was pregnant with Hayley, when I was ended up on crutches, when I literally didn't know if I was ever going to walk again, I had no hope whatsoever. I was just literally surviving. I was taking painkillers. I was just doing one day at a time. I had no idea that I'd write a book, and in fact I've wrote another book which is on its way, and I had no idea that I would be homeschooling Hayley or any of that back 11 years ago when this book is talking about. And the mindset I have now is completely different. So although it's been a real struggle the last few months, my brain, it's like it won't let me give up on myself. So years ago, I would have just given up and just thought, oh, that's it, I'm not going to try anymore. But my brain, I've wired it to such a degree that it won't give up on itself. And every day I know that I'm getting healthier and healthier. And so this has been it's been interesting to read my book through again, because it's been reminding me of how far I've come. And this is what basically neuroscience has now shown us, that we can rewire all of the thoughts that we have about ourselves, about our health, about other people, about how we manage our time, about how much energy we've got, about how much sleep we've got, literally, or how much sleep we have or don't have. And it's literally changed my life, knowing that it was my brain that basically just needed reprogramming. It just needed some new steps putting in there to make sure that I become healthier rather than unhealthier as I get older. You know, we're always getting older. And it's my vision to be healthier in my 40s than I was in my 20s, which sounds a bit out there, but ultimately that is my goal, that I want to be healthier. And then as I'm going into, I've thought even later than that, as I'm going into my 70s and 80s, I would like my own limbs. I want my own hips and my own knees, just because it will make life easier than having to have big operations and stuff like that. And so it's kind of like the thought processes I have now towards my health, towards myself, are completely different. I have so much more compassion on myself. I'm not pushing myself past the limits that my body can actually do at the moment, which is what I was doing. So 11 years ago, when I just had Hayley, I was taking a lot of pain medication, and that was basically numbing everything, and it was hiding everything. And I probably did myself a whole heap more damage 11 years ago, which is now what I am undoing. So basically, I'm at a period in time where I have ultimately created some space in my diary for the last 3 months to be able to go on this real healing, physical healing. So I see a chiropractor, I'm having massages, I'm taking care of my physical body, and I'm allowing it to heal. And I hope that by the time we get to my birthday this year, which is in September, then I will be in a completely different place physically, and my body will be in a place of healing rather than getting unhealthy. And so I have witnessed and I observe that for many of us, we are living in this place of chronic stress, chronic fatigue, burnout, whatever you want to call it. We are constantly being triggered by the world. The world is like crazy at the moment. And so we have to make choices. I make choices like I don't watch the news because it just gets me cross. I listened to something in the other room because my dad was watching it just now, and it got me cross. And so I do things like that. I don't listen to the news. I want to protect my peace. And so that peace that comes from within me, that's the only thing I can control. I can only control what I think and how I feel about things. And therefore, if I'm thinking and feeling more calmly, those around me are more calm. And so the difference is between like the person who was pregnant and unable to walk and now, in my mind, are massive, absolutely massive. And the physical health will come along as well. So the book is basically my testimony of things that happened around pregnancy and stuff. I just wanted to stop talking about it all the time, and I wanted to be able to direct people to reading about my testimony without needing a video or anything like that. And so there is a link on this video to grab this book, and you can literally have a read through. It's very short. It's 70, 80 pages long. I've put big writing in there, and so I've kept it really short and sweet. But it's basically my testimony of how I come to even be here in the first place, talking about this stuff, and why I feel so passionately about health and helping others with their health now, because why not? You know, I see that so many women in my generation are struggling with their health in some way or form. And I always knew there was something we were missing. There was something that we could do differently. And for me, that is being able to rethink, change how I think about myself, change how I think about health, get rid of the ideas of basically the world has been telling us, go on a diet, do this exercise program. That has caused me more damage than good. You know, the whole diet and exercise thing, that's what helps you lose weight. That has caused me some serious damage. And so I didn't want to do it that way anymore. And so the way I'm doing it is slightly longer, and it's taken me on routes that I wasn't imagining going on. But it's going to mean that I'm going to be wholly healthy. And that is what is exciting. And so if you want to start that journey today, There's distractions out the window. That's my brain. If you want to start that journey today and you want to become healthier from the inside out, using your mind and your thoughts, then pop me a DM and we can have a chat. And we can always organise just a call for half an hour. I'll speak to you soon.